Well, here we are on day 2 with my latest acquisition, a Michael Kelly 5-string acoustic bass guitar, which I've now strung and got the electronics to work by, thanks very much for the help, inserting a battery into the cartridge. But I had a grand tour of the internal electronic functioning of this fine acoustic guitar I'll show you in a moment. I acquired it for 100 Australian dollars at Vinnie's, which is an op shop or almost like a pawn shop, but the proceeds of sales of second-hand goods go to the poor and needy people. So this is the guitar, if you didn't see my previous videos, which I've acquired. Just look at that fine mother of pearl inlays, and then it's a dragon model, and that, for those who didn't see my previous videos, the dragonfly there at the third fret. Now there's no fret markers on this guitar. I'm not a bass guitarist. It's a lefty, which I have converted by switching the bridge here, the bone bridge, and switching the nut. You can see there's the Luther's black little texture or Koki mark, that little black dot. To indicate that that would normally be against the neck. You could see by the tapering. I haven't been too pedantic here because I couldn't get a nut, so I've used the same nut and I've just turned it around, but the actual tapering is wrong. But the guitar tunes pretty well and it sounds pretty awesome. The electronics are there, and there are quite a few presets, but I've just got it pretty much at par for purposes of this demonstration. And also I'm using a Bass Guitarist 100 lead guitar amplifier, not a bass amplifier. I don't own a bass amplifier. Maybe when I get monetized on YouTube I will. But I don't know how many of you have ever managed to snap a bass string. Well, I did yesterday. This thick one here, which is actually a D string. Now what happened was, this has got 5 strings, right? And I've bought this guitar for brain training because A, I'm not a bass guitarist. It doesn't have fret markers, and it's got 5 strings. So I took out the 4-string bass guitar. I literally assumed that should be an E, a low E, and I matched it to the other guitar as you would. And I proceeded then to tune the guitar in perfect fourths, as you would, until you got to the proverbial G to B string, which turned out to be D to G. I went to a major third interval, if you know what I'm talking about. Well, to my horror, the thing popped. I snapped it. I'm damn glad I didn't snap the neck of this guitar, but it's obviously very sturdy. So I went back to the shop because I needed a set of 5 strings, and I bought electric strings. And to my horror, when I started to put these strings on, as you can see, I've just finished up last night with the help of my wife, you can see that the top string, the thick one, is actually a B, and I had tuned it to an E. So from a B to an E, I was tuning this B string to an E, which is 5 whole tones higher. So you can imagine by the time I got to this string here, why I snapped it. The tension was just too much for it to handle. I'm unashamed. I've said it's about brain training, but a fine guitar, and this is how it sounds today. You know, one of the first things I learned to solo was guitar boogie. I have to rely on my ear here because there's no fret markers, so I can hear it sounds like an E to me. No, that's, my hand is getting used to where the 5th fret is, by the way. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was wrong. My hand isn't used to it. That's the 5th fret there. I'm going by feeling from spending 20 minutes with her yesterday. So You see what I'm doing? I'm trying to tune the guitar for you, real time. Because I'm not a bass guitarist, I'm not used to these low octave sounds. Okay, here we go. So if that's a B, I say to myself, well, then that's a C sharp, D, that's an E. And then I've got to check 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E. You see how I'm talking about brain training, how it can confuse you? If you're not used to it, it's more difficult than easy. You note here? It's a lefty guitar, so I've inverted the guitar. Now I wanted to show you what I can do. Sounds better with the fingers, you notice. Anyway. I've got to tell you, it feels like these are beautiful strings, and I'm not paid by Rotor Sound, but I've got a pair, I've got a set of these that came with my my new Paul Reed Smith guitar acquired just almost 3 years ago. I've never put them on, but I'm a Lexia string fan. I'm not paid by any of these companies to say all of this, but I must say they feel like silk under the fingers. And the good news is I now know where the A and the B note is on this fretless guitar, this unmarked guitar. Bad sound, eh? And that's just at par. Now I know that I've got 4 or 5 preset sounds here for walking bass, and I'm not trying to play anything specific. I just want to give you a tone test. There's some fun days ahead. I think you'll agree. Anyway, that's it. This is my guitar that's been nicknamed Black Beauty. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to go do a jam now and try and relax after all the stress I've had of restringing and reconfiguring this guitar. Thanks for viewing. See you later.